Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Crunkest Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone and tell you thank you for taking the time out to tune into your boy. Because you know, without you, I would not have a show. Let's get our privacy settings right so we can get this show rolling. Hold on just a second. I got it. Top of the evening to you. We're going to start this thing off right. Like Lil Duval would say. You know, today they had a orchestrated arrest by the FBI, ATF, over in South Lawn. I think 7 guys ended up going to jail for multiple felony charges and get money gang or something. But they baby mamas, when they went to jail, the baby mamas got kicked out. Where them people that like to fight for these people? See, I keep telling y'all, man, you want to go fight for these folk in these complexes, and a lot of y'all don't really understand that. Main number of trap houses, man. Main number of trap houses. So they had an orchestrated hit by the feds, ATF, all that day in South Lawn. 7 individuals went to jails, and they baby mamas got kicked out. Today was the first day of early voting, and what a show it was. What a show it was, man. I mean, just a pure whatever. You know, the early vote numbers normally drop about maybe 10 minutes after the polls close. So we're checking the site, and no numbers. Somebody called over there, man, what's going on? What's taking the early vote so long to, come across? They say because they still got people voting. The polls closed by law at 7 o'clock. By 7 o'clock. So why are the polls still open at 7:38? And Mr. 619 USC say black voters overwhelmingly support Hidalgo, the poll said, by a rate of 73% to 17%. I'm going to talk about a little bit of something like that tonight, Mr. 619 USC. I'm going to talk about that because the day started off in grand fashion. Art and Coffee Smith, along with all of their judicial protesters, were at Westgray, and they were protesting these corrupt judges that's letting people out of jail and messing over folks in family court and different things like that. And they were doing a great job, and then all of a sudden it started to sprinkle, so they stopped. I'm telling y'all, it was an eventful day. 5 minutes later, here come 10 police officers because somebody called and told a lie like these people were causing safety hazards. You know what's sad, man, is that some of you black folk got your nose so far up these politicians' asses that you couldn't stand the fact that somebody was exercising their constitutional right. Now, one of the officers, I think it was Chief Satterwhite, that was over there. I've dealt with him before with protests and different things. I asked him, what's going on? And he told me, saying, basically somebody called in and the chief called him, told him to get a bunch of guys and go over there. I say, for what? To suppress somebody's right to peacefully protest? I say, that's not going to happen, not as long as I'm sitting here. That is not going to happen. So he was very nice about it, and he's always been a good guy. And we talked about it a little bit, but I told him, tell the chief, say, man, I know these people suck your ass and all that there, boy. But if these people want to peacefully protest, then that's what they going to do. And ain't nobody going to stop them. And I meant that. Ain't nobody going to stop these people from peacefully protesting. Throughout the day, you saw people showing up at West Gray, and that's one of the, if not the busiest polling location in Harris County. Just out there, folks, signs being stolen and all that. But I really want to have a conversation with the black voter. Why is it that y'all allow these politicians to fuck you over? Let me tell you, man, Sheila Jackson Lee ended up at Texas Southern University today with Maxwell, the singer. And of course, you got people going crazy. And you know, I'm looking at videos of folks dancing, and stop all that motherfucking dancing, man. Wake your ass up. Make some informed decisions. Because if not, Harris County is not going to be the place to live for the next 2 years. You continuously allow these people to treat you like you in a minstrel show when it comes to elections. These people, these politicians, they show up in our communities and they don't come until it's election time. And then they have you out there acting a goddamn fool of yourself to support these people. They even have the caucus, which is, I think it's the LGBTQ caucus, has a slate that they put together. If you don't know what a slate is, it's a card telling you who to vote for. And on the card is all Democrats. You got to be out your goddamn mind. You got to be out your goddamn mind. And African-American people at the polls were actually getting mad at the African-American protesters because they were just protesting. Let me tell you how I really feel about that. You want everybody to keep supporting these funky-ass politicians that don't do nothing for our communities. Nothing. But tell lie after lie. And then they go get the crooked pastor to entice your mama, your daddy, your grandma, and your grandpa. But you want everybody to put these Democrats back in office. And I need every one of y'all that's listening to take notes. I don't need a celebrity to tell me who to vote for. I don't need an LGBTQ caucus to tell me who to vote for. They was out there, you got to stay true, vote for the blue. And I say, if you want to be dead, don't vote for the red. Say, man, it is what it is. They need the African-American vote to push them over in every election, no matter what level of government it is. But you're not worthy of being treated like a human between their election cycles. They don't come to your community between election cycles. They don't do anything to help your community during the election, between election cycles. But all of a sudden, a month or 2 months before the election, the black community becomes a priority. My question is why? Why do we keep falling for the same thing? I'm going to tell you why we keep falling for the same thing. Because like my mama would say, some of y'all ignorant. Some of y'all just flat out ignorant. You really think voting Lena Hidalgo back in after this failed bond experiment, after trying to steal $11 million, that Lena's going to change? You think voting back in Democratic judges that allowed criminals to get out of jail on multiple small bonds you think they're going to change, right? Because these people who are pushing these candidates, they are getting paid. See, they walk around and they say all kinds of stuff, but they won't tell you that they're getting paid to tell you who to vote for. And Kristen Martin, I'm going to put her comment up because I really want to talk about that. Suddenly, all these politicians are in church. For what? Ain't nothing they doing godly. Ain't no decisions they making godly. But they will come up in your church and catch the Holy Spirit and just for a vote from poor Black people. And you wonder why our community does not look like the affluent communities? Because they're getting all the money. The money that should be going to beautifying our communities instead of gentrifying our communities is in their pockets. And then on, like the first day of early voting, you standing out there and you doing the electric slide like the stupid nigger they think you are. When are you going to wake up? When are you going to smell your own coffee? When are you going to see that it's time for new politicians? These folks, some of these people been in office 28, 30, 40, 50 years. And we ain't got shit out the deal. Nothing. We ain't got shit out the deal. Just like right now, here go the cheating, man. But that's all right, because somebody going to jail on this one. There is no excuse as to why voting polls should be open at 7:45 at night when they close at 7. There's no excuse. So, I mean, we continuously violate the law. And you know what? They're playing the law of average. And I get it with what they're doing. But once you hit that spot where somebody goes to jail, all the dominoes are going to fall. Today I'm out and about, ran into my good friend Aubrey Taylor, and they calling us the voting police. The voting poll police. Well, guess what? Fucking around with me, with the things that I done put in place, I'm going to Charleston White your ass in this election. I'm going to Charleston White your ass in this election. And people got to understand that our communities are suffering. While these people are out here flying all over the country, acting like they're working in the best interest of democracy. Democracy is what they say they're fighting for. Democratize these nuts in your mouth. You're not fighting for democracy. You're fighting to stay in office so you can continue being rich. So that now you can pass this down as generational wealth to your kids while our kids have nothing. Black folk, it's time to go to the polls and change some things. It's time to go to the polls and vote in some new people. Let them sit in office for the next 20, 30 years. Because the ones we got right now ain't worth 2 dead flies smashed together. They ain't worth 2 dead flies smashed together. And we sitting there playing a game. Lena Hidalgo is a clown, bro. They're trying to buy these votes any way that they can buy them. Giving out tennis shoes. They on the cool, they give out white envelopes too. They pay these people. And then you go get organizations like Texas Organizing Project, who doesn't give a damn about any of our communities. Put them out front like they care so much. Well, where the fuck is y'all at? And I'm gonna give her credit. When Candy and Grizzy is going through these apartment complexes, where the fuck is these politicians at besides Letitia Plummer and Arnetta Murray, Ron Reynolds? Where the fuck are all these politicians at? Since they care so much about us, our schools are failing atrociously. Where are these politicians at? Where they at? Nowhere to be found. And now we have the audacity to go out in early voting on election day, and we're doing the electric slide with the enemy. With the enemy. A lot of people's hands and their palms are getting greased while you're suffering. I'm talking to you. You right there. You and your family is suffering. Where were those politicians before I called they stinking asses out when we were freezing when the grid went down and told them they better open them churches? Where were the politicians before I said it? Nowhere to be found. You're not important. But the one thing you got that makes you super important is your vote. And they need your vote. They need your vote. Hold on a second, y'all. They need your vote. And they'll do anything under the sun to get it. From giving out tennis shoes, like my friend Abrevia Miller just said. I seen last night Sheila Jackson Lee was giving out tennis on the news. I tell you what, Sheila, since you care so much, your man, one of your right-hand men, which is Carl Davis, that fucked up our motherfucking turf field from the Texans over at Yates High School. Won't you come on and take care of that for us? You give a damn about the kids, Sheila? Where the fuck is our turf field? It's been 18 months. These people don't care about me. They don't care about you. They don't care about anybody. But they say at least 60,000 votes were cast today. Well, here's the thing. We need the numbers to drop. We need the numbers to drop. Hold on a second. Let me see if they dropped. Let me see if they dropped. Let's see. Let's see if these numbers dropped. I'm about to pull it up right now. Let's see. Early voting. Nope. Numbers have not dropped yet. Those numbers have not dropped yet. I gave you tangibles. What do y'all want me to tell y'all? This is not rocket science. It's really not rocket science. We stay in beg mode because we don't want to change our situation. We think if we keep voting for the same people, that things are just going to magically change overnight. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. Now, if you need to know who to vote for in Harris County, I did a video last night. Go look at it. I told you every single race who I recommended. Every single race. Those are the tangibles. We don't want to change nothing. And they want you to think that the Republicans are the devil and they're trying to mess over your democracy and they're racist. And you got racist Negroes walking around here every day representing us. But because they're black, you won't call them out. You won't call them out. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to, as black people, go right back and vote for the same people over and over and over and over and over and keep begging and begging and begging and begging while things keep getting worse and worse and worse. We can't keep doing that. I'm challenging all of y'all from all around the country. It's time for you to be an informed voter. It is time for you to make some tough decisions. If you feel that Sheila Jackson Lee has not done her job, replace her. Replace her. If you feel your representative has not done their job, replace them. Ain't that what they do at your job? When you ain't doing your job, what they do with you? They get rid of you. They get rid of you. And it's time that we get rid of some of them. That's what it is. Now, you know me, I'm running for House District 131. 131 is what I'm running for. State Representative, House District 131. And I went out to the polls today. Tons of people knew who I was. Man, I watch your show. I love you. But I need your help when you go in there to vote. Trust me, somebody like me is not going to settle for the status quo. Not if I'm a state representative. I'm not going to do it. We're gonna fix some things. If not, we're going to raise a whole bunch of hell. We'll raise a whole bunch of hell. But that's what we need across the board. We need change agents. We cannot keep doing this. So now you have to go into the voting booth. Grab your nuts and vote for the right people. All this shit about we need experience in office. They have no experience. Well, when you went in office 28 years ago, Sheila, you were inexperienced. And for 28 years, you ain't showed us nothing that make us think you gained any experience. Let me put your code up, man. In all fairness, the GOP have openly catering to white supremacy. That's why blacks keep voting for Dems. I say we hold a vote until someone is willing to earn it. I'm a Republican. I ain't earned a vote. Don't nobody get up every morning like me fighting for these kids, Republican or Democrat. So if you put me in office, I'm not going to do that. I want you to think about that before you answer that question. If you put me in office, I'm not going to do what I'm great at doing. No, I'll have more leeway to get things done. Everybody in the GOP is not catering to white supremacy. Look, let me introduce you to my pronouns. I'm a Republican, I'm black, right? Am I catering to white supremacy? White supremacy? These are my pronouns. I wish a motherfucker would. I don't give a fuck about a white supremacist, and I don't give a fuck about a black one. But I also know that the people that represent us are the ones that are screwing us. We put them in office to represent our districts. That ain't that white man that's screwing us. In the school district, we have single member districts. Go look at how some of them black people vote on the school board. So how is that the white folks screwing our kids? The black ones down with it too. And then some of them even get caught stealing money. But that's the white folk, right? What we gonna have to do is accept responsibility for ourselves and our representation. And our representation, and I've been saying it for the last 6-7 years, has been suspect forever. It has been suspect forever. It's no way that I can go into a voting booth and just vote all Democratic because somebody told me to do that. I'm not helping my community when I do something like that. I'm not helping my community. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out who's running in what race, and I'm going to research the candidates, and then I'm going to make an informed decision. That's what I'm going to do. And you see how Junior just said, I'll vote for you if you were in Georgia. He doesn't give a damn that I'm a Republican. I'm a real motherfucker. Let's get that straight. I'm a real motherfucker that ain't gonna play the game. I didn't wake up wanting to be a politician. So whether win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna always be true to me. And if I'm true to me, I'm true to the people I would represent. So the D and the R, whatever. I did Democrat for over 50 years. So why should I keep doing it for another 50? Kenny Goff said, I used to vote how they told me, but not anymore. I mean, Kenny Goff is a good friend of mine. You can see he got his Yates jersey on, number 23. Republican or not, am I there with them kids every fucking day? Republican or not, am I battling to make sure that school has everything it needs? Because some things are beyond politics. Some things are just bigger and greater than your political affiliation. And can't nobody put me in a box and tell me how to think or what they think I'm going to do because of my political affiliation. That doesn't work like that with me. I leave it on the fucking floor every day for kids. Name me one politician, no matter what state you're in, that caters to kids, that wakes up fighting for them every single day. Now, of course, I'd have far more on my plate than just education, climate control, the border. You see what I'm saying? Voter fraud, different things, taking care of the veterans. But what politician do you know, no matter what state you're in, wakes up fighting for children every single morning? Who does it? Name me one. You can't. You know why? Because those kids are not a priority. They're not a priority. But the kids are the next set of pastors. They're the next set of senior deacons. They're the next set of teachers. They're the next set of principals. The next set of nurses, police officers. And if we don't do right by them, then nothing's going to be right. So we got 2 weeks of this thing, man, going back and forth to the polls every morning. I'm going to get out every single day. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. Let me put, that's a hell of a comment, Thunder. They say the GOP is holding black people back. But I have a question. How many broke black GOP do you know? Next question. How many broke black Dems do you know? See, politics, money come with the game. I don't care if a politician gets real. I don't care if a politician gets rich. I don't care if a politician makes a ton of money, as long as you take care of your people. I'm not going to question you about nothing, as long as you take care of your people. Now, when you're not taking care of your people, we got a problem. We got a problem. So we, all across the country, we got to go to the voting polls and we got to shake some shit up, man. We got to make something shake, man. Because where we are as a people, black people, and for all of y'all out there that love to do the electric slide and the Cupid shuffle for a motherfucker that's just trying to get your vote, you're a minstrel show. And they know it. This is why they do it. You don't see that's going on with them white folk and them Asians. They don't even do that with Latinos. They don't do that with them. But they do it with us because we're a fucking minstrel show. And the people that are enticing you to do it, the people that are coming through our communities, parading these politicians around, are black people. That's bringing the likes of Beto O'Rourke through our communities, through our churches to get votes. And you've never seen him the last 2 years. How many times are we going to do this shit? How many times are we going to continue to do this and not get a goddamn thing out the deal? Let me check and see if the numbers dropped, y'all. Let's see. Doesn't look like it yet. So the early vote numbers are not in. It's 8:07. The poll should have closed at 7 o'clock. And y'all want me to believe that you're not cheating? What the fuck are you doing? Early votes could have been tabulated over the weekend. You had them. You had them. I mean, mail-in ballots could have been tabulated over the weekend. You had them. But see, these the games that they play, bro. These the games that they play. Thunder, I've always said, Thunder said the last great Dem mayor was Marion Barry. That man took care of his district, personal problems aside. He did his job. The best mayor DC ever fucking had. And some people, he was a crackhead. But that crackhead could run DC with his eyes closed and took care of his people. All people. And the one thing that we have to remember, especially some of these positions that are nonpartisan, that means you got to take care of all the people, Republicans and Democrats. You can't make it a partisan position. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be running for office. It's my third shot at it. Who cares? Let's keep doing it. Eventually, we're going to win one. Eventually, we're going to win one. And I already got my next race already set up. But get what? I'm going to get some help. And we're going to shock the world. Win, lose, or draw this race. If I win, I can still run for what I want to run for. It's time for us as a people to stop allowing these politicians to abuse us. Black people, it's time for you to get off of the Democratic plantation. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Let's stop allowing these people to treat us. I'm going to say it. It's going to make some of y'all black folk mad. These black people that are in bed with these politicians, those are the house niggas. And they looking at us, the black people that parading the politicians all around our community, like we're the field niggas. That's why we don't get nothing but crumbs. We're the field niggas. I'm sorry, but I got to tell you the truth. I can't lie to you. I want to be truthful with you. They're the house niggas, and we the field niggas. And they want what they want. They want your vote. They know how to get it. And they will trick you into giving it to them every single time. So the one person that you should be mad at the most is the ones who bring these people into our communities. Those are the house niggas that bring these people into our communities to parade them around and take them to high school football games when they never knew or gave a damn about that particular high school to begin with. Beto, instead of going to South Oak Cliff, why didn't you take your ass out to Allen or South Lake Carroll? You went straight to the poor black community because that is how you get the votes. You use them. And they misuse the elderly like crazy for their votes. See, because the elderly people, they don't keep up with all that. You know, they kind of set in their ways and, you know, they don't keep up with all that. So they misuse your mom and your grandmother and your father and your grandfather to get their votes. And then they come through and they make sure they take care of them. They make sure you get your turkey when it's all said and done. They make sure that you get your turkey when it's all said and done. Hold on a second. Hold on. This is what your vote. This is all they need to get your vote. Hold on. This is all they need to get your vote. Which one you want? That's all your grandma and grandpa getting for their vote is a stinking ass turkey. That's it. They get your vote in Thanksgiving. They come through with all them old motherfuckers. When y'all gonna give away a motherfucking ham? When y'all gonna give away a ham, man? Instead of a fuck ass turkey. Everybody don't eat turkey. So can we get a ham? At least. But your vote is not worth anything. So if you want to be mad at somebody, be mad at them house niggas that keep bringing them through our communities. I'm not going to hold y'all very long. I got some stuff to do. Got to get ready to go back to the polls tomorrow. And let's see if we can win this thing. It's the war zone. I'm the 5-star general. I'll holler at you tomorrow.